Hello there, I'm Scotty, you're not. Welcome back to Marvel Monday. This is the start of a 3-week, sort of, 3-week span where I talk about, they're not 3 weeks in a row either. We're talking about 90s Marvel. It's not 3 weeks in a row. This week I'm talking about the 1990 Captain America movie. In 2 weeks I will talk about another one. I'll just go ahead and say it, okay? In 2 weeks, I'm going to talk about the 90s Fantastic Four movie that was never released. And then 2 weeks after that, I'm going to talk about Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Those are the ones, yeah. So I was dreading this before I watched this. And after I got done, I was actually surprised that actually, you know what, this may not be as bad because I've seen the 1994 Fantastic Four movie. I will get more into that, how that came about. But yeah, this, I'd heard about this. I've heard YouTubers shit on this movie. You know, from Nostalgia Critic to Cinema Snob to Chris Stuckman, they've all shit on this. Chris Stuckman did a Larry Oster review, which I was watching before I started this. I've seen their videos, and I always say that I'm not going to judge by someone's videos and how they're trashing a movie or praising a movie. I'm going to do my own. And you think, well, if you haven't seen it, why are you watching the reviews? Well, because this is something I never thought I'd get my hands on. But it's on YouTube for free. There's ads, but it's fine. I was surprised on how much I actually liked this. Now, you're talking to the guy who actually likes Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Yeah, I'm that guy. And I hate Superman 3. Everyone praises Superman 3. Oh, it's bad, but it's not as bad as Superman 4. In my opinion, Superman 4 is better. Because at least it's a Superman movie. Whereas Superman 3 is Richard Pryor, the movie, and Superman is also there. That's what that is. So, yeah. And it's a drastic change in tone. And from the first two. And Superman 4 is no serious film by any means, but it you know, at least they had a better, I don't know, it was better. It worked better for me. Anyway, so I'm not, you know. So this started off as a project in the late 80s for, guess who? Canon Films. Because of course it was. But it, you know, Canon had its own problems in the late 80s and late 90s. Eventually, Golden Globus, who produced Superman 4, who produced Superman 4, had it. Eventually, it was just Golan by himself who produced this film. And their plans were originally to have Jeff Bridges as Captain America and Peter Fonda as the Red Skull. Wow, if that was the world we lived in. Just, that didn't work, and the writer that left, a new writer came in, and they had a new one in the, you know, later 80s, where Michael Dudikoff of American Ninja fame was going to be Captain America, alongside Steve James as Falcon. Now, the original script with Jeff Bridges and Peter Fonda in mind had Falcon and Baron Helmut Zemo in there, but that was thrown out, so now Falcon is in there. Yeah, somebody watched American Ninja and thought, I want those dudes in my Captain America movie. That didn't work out, and so Albert Pyun came on as director, directors of such thing as Nemesis and Cyborg. Yes. And once he came on board, the idea for the main role of Captain America was either Dolph Lundgren or Arnold Schwarzenegger, a Swede or a Austrian to play Captain America. Now, I know that Jean-Claude Van Damme will go on to play full-blooded American Guile, William Guile in Street Fighter, but I don't know. Maybe Lundgren could have pulled it off. Not Arnold. I'm sorry. What are you doing? I'm Captain America. USA. USA. I don't think. I don't think it would have worked. They also wanted Val Kilmer to play Captain America, but he passed to play Jim Morrison on The Doors. So they cast Matt Salinger, who, as far as I know, has done nothing that I know of, to play the title role. So I started watching this, and I was immediately confused. I turned it on, right? I didn't put it in, I turned it on. And from the moment I turned it on, immediately people are starting speaking Italian, and I went, oh crap, it's one of those cases where you can find it on YouTube, but it's in a different language. But, so, I'm like, oh, give me a minute, because, I didn't pay attention to the subtitle. Good quality on YouTube, by the way. Apparently they're in Italy, and this kid, this child prodigy, named Tazio De Santis, is taken from his home and experimented on for the secret soldier, the super soldier program. This is in the 1930s, or late 30s. The scientist says, no, I don't like this, and she runs off, but then we hear the child scream, so he's been experimented on. Now, many years later in the 1940s, Steve Rogers, a polio survivor with a bad leg, is now the new guy to be in the experiment. I don't know what it is. And so he's going to be this patient. He's the new victim. I don't know. And so he says everyone bids him farewell. Yes, everyone in this small town bids him farewell. And he says goodbye to his girlfriend, Bernice, or Bernie. Not Agent Carter, who's not in this. Although there's a character named Sharon, which is confusing, because it's based off of that character, I guess, but it's not that character. I don't know. So you know how this goes. They do the experiment. It's revealed there's someone undercover, Heil Hitler. Someone gets shot. And then Captain America is left behind. And so there's this Lieutenant Fleming, who turns out to be a bad guy. Who becomes Darren McGavin, who is Billy Madison's dad, and a dad from The Christmas Story. Fragile. Yeah. So Captain America eventually goes to get revenge, and he meets one with the Red Skull. And up to this point, it's really good. Like, this is Captain America to me, you know what I mean? So he has a confrontation with the Red Skull. By the way, I do like the Red Skull's makeup. Sorry to say. I mean, it's cheesy 90s stuff. By the way, the Red Skull is not Johann Schmidt, but, like I mentioned, Tazio De Santis. Yes, he's Italian. Was it Italy on our side or not? I don't know. I wasn't alive in World War II. I wasn't even sperm yet. What? World War II, or what? I think maybe Italy was on their side. I guess I don't know. He's Italian, which is so out of left field, and like he's there. Oh, Captain America, you come here to stop me. But there's all these Nazi flags around, and it doesn't work. So, Captain America is not able to beat him up. Instead, Captain America gets strapped to a rocket. Yeah, strapped to a rocket. And going to be shot at the White House. That's right. And so, Captain America grabs his arm and says, hey, if I go, you're going with me. And then, like, the response to this is he just cuts off his hand. So, yeah, but here's the thing. There's no way. I know he's Captain America, super soldier. Yeah. Will he be able to hold on to him the whole time? And even that, it's still going to blow up the White House. So, yeah, you killed the terrorist, but, But he's able to get free. Maybe he had a hand. And we then cut to Tom Kimball, not to be confused with Coldaholics Tom Campbell. Tom Kimball, little Tom Kimball, a kid who happens to see Captain America and on the thing, and the Captain America apparently sees him because they have a conversation later. And then he tries to tell his friend Sam, who I think is a holdover from Sam Wilson, but it's not the same character at all. This guy's white. It's literally Otis from Superman the movie. It's Ned Beatty, who it is as an adult. So he tries to tell him, hey, I saw this guy, it's Captain America, or whatever, this guy. By the way, I've got to mention, we gotta go back a little bit. So, I said to remember that and I forgot. So, like I said, so they do this experiment, the doctor dies, and they say that his identity and that anyone who knew about him dies with her. Like her and him and whoever was in that room. But then all the people there, unless they're I think maybe they're talking about Red Skull, not him. Because it doesn't make any sense with all these people. I think maybe we're talking about Red Skull, like the identity of Red Skull and stuff. So, he's able to maneuver the rocket to land in Alaska, which crashes into ice, of course, and freezes him till 1992, during which Tom Kimball becomes the President of the United States. And it's amazing that even back then, presidents were old farts. This is 1992. This is just before Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, who was in his 40s, I think, when he became president. One of the younger ones. Just after George Bush Sr., old fart. And before George W. Bush, old fart. And then, of course, we'd get, after him, Obama. Decent age. I think he was... Obama's late 40s? I don't know. Before we get Trump, old fart. And Biden, such an old fart that he's falling asleep. So, yes. Like, Adam Sandler, when he came back to host SNL, he did a whole Opera Man thing. And in the Opera Man thing, he was talking about the presidency, and he even said, here we go again, 70-year-old man. Just every time. Just, come on. And now Kamala Harris is going to be run Democrats. Okay, how old is she? Over 50. Can we get someone who's under 50? Please. Jesus. Everyone's got to be old. They say you have to be 35 to run. But nobody 35 is brave enough to run for president. Y'all got to be old people. 50 years old. 50 years old. I told my son, you can't call me Pops till I'm 50. And he did it anyway. I said, no, you can't call me that. You can't. You don't say that. You don't say that. You don't touch my drum set. He'd be like, you don't have a drum set. But you don't say that. You don't call me Pops. Not till I'm 50, okay? Let's just say, no, not till you're 50. Anyway. Where was I? So yeah, now Kimball has become the president. And in Alaska, where apparently people don't speak English, because there are people speaking in different languages. I'm like, I thought it was Alaska. They find Captain America's body, which makes Kimball jump for joy. And General Fleming is now undercover working for the U.S. And then we get my biggest problem with this. We show Red Skull, and he's had plastic surgery. His face is now orange. It's supposed to be skin colored, but it's orange, and he's got a toupee on. That's your surgery. And why is he like this? Why is he not the Red Skull? Well, because the producers of this movie thought, oh, people don't want to look at the Red Skull the way he looks like at the beginning of the movie for the whole movie. So we're going to tone it down. He looks, to me, he looks even more goofy with the toupee and the orange skin trying to be regular skin. He's also got a daughter, so who fucked him? I want to know. Because if she's gonna do him, she'll do me. So, wherever you are, call me honey. Anyway, she's probably old now. I don't judge. Anyway, maybe she's dead. That up. No, I'm gonna go that far. But anyway, so yeah, he's got a daughter, Valentina, who is from the comics, but I don't know if it's actually portrayed. So Captain America's woken up and immediately escapes from their custody because he has to find Bernie. So now it becomes an on-the-run movie. He's shot at because, okay, this is frustrating. This is one of those movies where the bad guys have to find them everywhere they go, no matter what, because plot says so. Even though it makes no sense for them to find him at certain points. Like, they just find out that he's been woken up. He just escapes and they somehow know exactly where he's going to be after he escapes. Also compounding onto that is Ned Beatty, who shows up, somehow knows where he is, to rescue him. And you think, okay, so now they're going to work together. No, they start driving and he goes, oh, can we pull over? I feel sick. He gets out. The guy goes to check on him. And then he runs in, gets in the car, and drives off, leaving him behind. And they do this twice. When we get to the second part, I'm going to I'm going to reenact my reaction. Because it was so... Anyway, so he gets in the car, and then hops into a truck at a gas station. I'm guessing he ran out of gas, but it's never portrayed that way. He drives all the way to California, to find Bernie. Now, as he gets there, he sees a young woman with blonde hair. Thinks it's Bernie. This happens to be Bernie's daughter, Sharon. But then Bernie is there. They're both played by the same actress, so they're never in the same frame. And she's got old makeup on. It doesn't look that bad. It's 90s, so you know. And so, like, they hug. And, like, poor husband guy. Because, like, he sees this and he's like, I'm gonna kick his ass, basically. And no. And then basically, like, they have this conversation, like, she does explain, she's like, she waited for him till she was, 38 or 48 or 38, whatever. Till she was 38, but she wanted to have children, so... Yeah, this dude's a sperm donor. She married him, but... Come on. Apparently it's a marriage with love. With love. I don't know. But... So... Then Steve goes to live with Sharon, or stay with Sharon for a while, and you want to call him Otis. Sam shows up, Ned Beatty shows up, just in time to get shot in the back by the women who have now found out where Bernie lives, because she didn't move for the past 50 years, or 50. 1940. Yeah, 50. 40 some years. But, yeah, she didn't move because she wanted Steve to find her. That also makes other people easy to find. Also, like, this happened. So they do this, and, they call Sharon because she's next of kin. So they run there to see what happened. At the same time, the president gets kidnapped. Kimball gets kidnapped. Yeah. By the way, Harrison Ford will go on to play a president in the movie, and Harrison Ford was also in The Fugitive, playing a character whose last name was Kimball. Coincidentally, also Kel Mitchell played a character named Kel Kimball on Kenan and Kel. That means no importance to this. Neither did the Harrison Ford fact, but I'm gonna say anyway. Who cares? Anyway, so they get there. And they see their places torn. The dad was shot in the shoulder. He's fine. He's in shock. And then the mom is dead. And then Sam dies, but he gives the decoder thing that he was talking with Tom, with Kimball, when they were kids, and he gives it to Captain America. So now they gotta save the president, save Kimball. I want to call him Kimball, because I don't want me clipping my shit. They gotta save Kimball. So, yeah. For the most of this mid part, he's not in costume, which is fine. There's some fight scenes where there's a lot of montaging. Like the song they picked, I get what they're trying to do here, okay? The song they picked for the montage after he ditches Sam and drives off, I'm gonna call him Ned Beatty because Sam makes me think of Falcon. I mean, after he ditches Ned Beatty, there's a montage song that's just like about finding your true love again or something. So they go into the diner where the secret location was at the beginning of the movie where they found it, and they find the doctor's journal because they need that to track down who Red Skull is. And again, the bad guys just find them right away. And I went, how? How did they even know they were going there? It's a case of they have to keep finding them because plot says so. And I hate it when movies do that. This is the second part. Yeah. So, they go to friggin' Rome, and he does it again. Oh, can we pull over? I feel sick. Here's my reaction, okay? I'm over here looking through stuff. I'm down here like this, right? You see me? Down here like this, and I'm looking, and I hear, can we pull over? I'm feeling kind of sick, and I went, no. No, you are not doing this again, movie. They do it twice. He does this twice. It's not on the same person, but still. And this time, it's completely pointless because she finds him again like that. Because he doesn't leave the state like before. He just goes further in Rome. Yeah. These women. And like, yeah, then she's in this now. But she was already in it because she went all the way with Rome. If he wanted to ditch her, he should have said, hold on, I'm just a second, and run into the terminal when they got on the plane or something. By the way, how did he get out of the country? Steve Rogers has technically been dead for 40 plus years. How did he get a passport? I don't know. This all leads to a showdown at Red Skull's castle in Rome, because of course, or it's in Italy, because they figure out his name is DeSantis, because they find a recording of an audio recording when it was attacked, because someone was recording audio at that time, I guess. And so they record it, so it's on a recorded device already. And then Sharon pulls out this other recorder and records it. And somehow later when she plays it, it sounds perfectly. In fact, it's so good that he can hear it from a distance. Because she like pulls it out and starts playing it. And Red Skull is standing, let's see, I'm here. He's standing by my window, basically. And it's outside with wind and all other sorts of shit. By the sea, by the way. So, yeah, there's a lot of noises. You hear the waves crashing, and he can hear it perfectly. And it distracts him enough for Captain America to throw the shield, knock him down before he can activate this bomb. And then, then Valentina tries to shoot him, and apparently this shield is a boomerang because it comes back and hits her, knocks her down. That's not how the shield works. Now in the MCU, sometimes it'll do that, but more than often, it's got to be where he runs and picks it up, or someone else gives it back to him. You know, like sometimes, like that shot from Avengers where everyone's fighting, it does come back to him, but that's because he bounces it off of stuff. It goes bing, so it bounces and then comes back. Like, but like, More often than not, he has to go pick it up, or someone has to here. Don't lose this. You know. You know what I mean? Just yeah. That's where the movie kind of ends, because it's like they have a whole thing, but there's more. We gotta go back to the castle thing. The president, he rescues the president, and the president, he's like, "You go, Mr. President." He goes, "No, I'm gonna fight." Can you picture one of our presidents doing that? Come on. Like I said earlier, our presidents have been old farts for the past 8 years. Biden wouldn't be able to do that. He'd fall asleep. And Trump would be working with Red Skull. But, Obama would help kick ass. Because he's Barack Obama. He's here to save the day. Yeah, he'd do it. I'm gonna kick some ass for my country. God bless America. Oh, by the way, they also insinuate that Red Skull and his people, who are not named, as Hydra. But apparently they're responsible for the assassinations of both Kennedys, John F. Kennedy, and Robert Kennedy, but also Martin Luther King Jr. Apparently they orchestrated those, and it didn't work out right, so that's why they don't kill Kimball. Yeah, I don't know either. That just blew my mind. Like, really? They're doing this? It's a conspiracy. They even mentioned the killers by name. They're like, when we hired Oswald, we found Oswald, and I'm just like, what? Just what? Yeah. So the president helps, and then at the end, like, the president jumps off a building, and catches him, and Red Skull's reaction is like, no, and then like afterward, the president like shoots someone to protect Captain America. Captain America turns around and goes, "Mr. President, thanks." I'm just like, oh my god, this is cheesy, but I love cheesy. But yeah, that's basically all that happens, because after that, the president's safe, and he executes this environmental program thingy that he wants to do, and everything is safe, and then we end with a freeze frame on Captain America as the credits roll to another cheesy 90s song that I enjoyed this, man. I did. In fact, I loved it. I'm gonna give it a pretty good. And I didn't think that going, and I thought I was gonna hate it. I thought it was gonna. Oh, come on. There are some issues, like the whole. They do it twice. Can we stop? I'm feeling sick. They do it twice, and then they do the sappy music, and it's cheesy. And the Red Skull is not really the Red Skull, but this was an era where comic book adaptations were taking liberties. Batman, Robin, anyone. The 1990s Flash show took a lot of liberties. This is a show where the Reverse Flash was just a clone of the Flash called Pollux. And then there's Lois and Clark, which took a lot of liberties with their characters. Lex Luthor with hair. Hello. He did go bald at one point. But that was technically a clone, I think, if I remember correctly. Tempest was the best original villain they had on that show. Lane Davies was awesome. And they had H.G. Wells. Quite enjoying. But yeah, I enjoyed this too. So, like I said, in 2 weeks, we will be talking about a Fantastic Four movie from 1994 that was never released. I put that in quotes because at this point, they keep saying never released. But you can watch it anyway. You just go on YouTube, you can find it. Whatever. So what are your thoughts on the Captain America movie from 1999? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.